scenario was that she would be executed. But please wait until I tell you it's okay to make it. Welcome home, Master. There was nothing I could do.
The thing that happened last time was the fighting.
Dude, the fighting, the descriptions was it was great, right? Because like, you know, we got to watch those battles in the anime, but when you hear it described, you're just like, damn, that's really cool, right? I really like that. And also, like, Ray basically saying, yeah, I know she's not going to be able to. She's going to want to get out of this, but she can't get out of this pitfall, essentially. That's what that was. A giant pitfall. And, but overall, though, yes, really good. Yeah. You know, I like getting to see the other characters. I like to see we get to see... Thane just is moody.
Yeah.
Right? He's just Batman at this point.
I definitely think his moodiness is higher in the light novel than it was from what I remember the anime.
Yeah, he was moody-ish in the anime, but, like, he's not as much, right? And we also found out that he's, like, the least popular of the brothers, too. Yeah. Which I think is also very interesting as well.
Yeah, and interesting that he's the one Claire's interested in.
Yeah, well, I guess, I don't know. I don't think she ever stated why she liked him, even in the anime, right? No.
I don't recall her saying why it was she likes him.
No, I don't.
She just would get really blushy when he was around.
Yeah, she would get really blushy. But you know what? That's Claire for you, so.
Yeah.
Sundays, right? So we had a couple comments, and we're going to go ahead and check them on out, and then we're going to continue on the reading. Alrighty, here. So, Blue Butterfly 015 says, the fights themselves were pretty faithfully recreated in both the manga and the anime. The real difference were the live commentary from Lorik and Lambert that replaced some of the dialogue and Ray's internal monologue, and Misha passing out after the match with Rod. It's a common issue that sometimes people say too much and then do it without adequate consideration for others, of course. I say this while acknowledging that I too am a person. I'm socially awkward and rarely get to talk to people about my interests, so I always live in the two extremes of either saying too little or too much. It's something I do try to be mindful of that, though. I admit it has been with potentially mixed results. You is just one of the several characters in this series alone I avoid talking about up to a certain point because I generally do not know how to do so. The reasons obviously vary depending on the character and context. Manaria was similar, and an example most reading should understand by now. Interesting. I'm curious by this as well.
Yeah.
I'm most curious by this one. You want me to read this one?
Is there anything else you wanted to say about that one? I think I'm glad that you found us so we can chat about stuff that you're interested in. Yeah.
I
we
think
were
it's
lucky
really
to
cool.
meet each other who both have a lot of the same interests.
It's true. So, it's awesome when you find like-minded individuals as well, and then you enjoy the same thing too.
Yeah. That said, I'm definitely going to talk about Manaria because
this is why she didn't want to read yet. She
fan.
wants to talk about her beloved. Let's not forget when she said beloved in the anime.
A big fan of Manaria. So, yeah. I could see how there's some things that happen with her that I've already seen that are kind of difficult to talk about. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about them. And the Prince You stuff we really don't know enough about.
Not really.
To be able to say too much. Yeah.
Oh, we got nicknames last chapter too. Remember?
Oh.
We had the Ice Prince. We had... I'm going to be mad at myself. Oh, the red, what was Claire's? It was red something. Oh, gosh.
I forgot about that.
I did not. But she had her own.
Looking.
She had her own. So we had the Ice Prince, which was you. And then, Siren was Misha.
Oh.
And red something for Claire.
There's so much to thumb through.
Yes, I know. But she's so magnificent, so it's worth it.
She's just magnificent.
She wasn't the Red Queen. She was something, though.
I don't recall. There's so much. And it's been a week. In my brain, I didn't even remember the nickname.
You were real excited about them. That's why I brought them up.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to try to find it?
You can.
And
I'll read this.
You can talk about Manaria and how wonderful she is and how much you just, beloved Manaria.
Beloved Manaria. Alright, so GingerCat_02 says, yay, story time! Glad to see you are well and continue with the story.
Thank you so very much. Yeah, I was really sad when I couldn't do this. I was going to try to, everyone's going to have a cold though. So,
all the characters
Red Lotus Queen!
The Red Lotus
Queen! Yes, I knew I had red in the title. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's Lotus Mudra.
Yeah.
That's what that one's called.
She knows these things. She does these really cool hand movements, and I'm just like, what is that? And then she'll explain it to me, and I'm like, that's really cool.
Okay. So Ray's playtime with Claire is great fun to read. She really pushes Claire's buttons, that's for sure.
Certainly does.
Ray cares a lot about Claire and would move heaven and earth for her.
Oh, I definitely.
Depending on the spoilers scene, Yu's gender is a bit more complex than just being a girl. And it's not like you get to the aptly named chapter, Yu's Secret. There's a chapter called Yu's Secret in book 2. It's not until we get there that the truth gets revealed.
Okay, well, that's cool to know there's more about that. I kind of figured, because Yu himself is a very interesting layered character, right? Because first he's seemingly a prince. We know because of spoilers he's not, but I'm still going to call him a prince because we don't know that in the book.
Yeah, we don't know.
And we don't know, like, the full extent either. But he has a very, like, go back to the game he played, like, I don't know if it was poker or what it was, but, you know, he had that other noble guy was basically his confidant, like, dealing out these cards, and he was just getting these cards and just knowing what everyone had because he's cheating, right?
Oh, yes.
So, but he's also a pretty strong fighter, even though he did lose to Thane. He did lose. Yeah, Thane did win.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see more about you.
Yeah.
And also, I'm so curious because, like, if in fact when we find out, does Misha know?
Misha I would think so because Misha knew young Yu.
Yeah.
So I think so. I'm interested please don't spoil. Yeah. And that being said, like, I really think that most people commenting on what we said didn't mean to spoil.
No,
I think
don't think
most
it was
people
intentional.
didn't. But that said,
people get excited about like stuff that they find other people that they like to watch react to it. But I've seen it before, like in the video game stuff for sure. The people that are like, this one girl I watch, she plays this game, and you know her chat, like no spoilers, right? Because she does a live stream of it, and you know she doesn't look at it. Like, don't look at the screen unless she won't because they're trying to spoil it. So there will be people that will actually want to spoil it. And there's some people that are so excited and they'll say something and they didn't realize it. Like, oh crap! Right. So that you can definitely see both sides of that. But you know, it'll be interesting to see how it happens, why it happened, what the rest of the story is for you.
That said, like, oh good. Did you have something else to say? I was gonna say, here's what I like about you. I like princely characters.
You do.
Like, that's one of the main types of characters that I like. And so to me, whether Yu is Prince Yu or is not Prince Yu, it's a different gendered Yu, like, I still like the princely quality. And that's one of the things that I like also about Minaria, is that she's very princely.
Girls can be princes too.
They can at least be very princely. Yeah. Depending on the world that they're in. Wasn't there a
movie watched called The Girl Prince or something like that?
Oh, The Girl King?
The Girl King.
I think that's what it was called. Yeah.
Girls can be princely too.
They can be princely too. And like, she looked very princely at our wedding. She dressed up like very princely. So that's a quality that I really like. So no matter what Yu's gender is, I'm gonna appreciate that princely quality. And it said, yes, and pretty. Pretty and princely. And it did say in the beginning of the light novel, when it was describing the princes, that Yu was the most princely of them. So I really like Yu's character, have a lot of interest in Yu in that way, regardless of Yu's gender situation.
Yeah, I agree. All right, well, we forgot to make tea again. You know, I gotta try to remember this. Although, to be quite honest with you, it's pretty hot today.
Yeah, it's a hot day.
We could have made some iced tea, right?
We could have, but we did it!
But she'll just be here sitting pretty. Okay.
And making some comments.
You're making commentary along the way for everyone. Okay, so right here, yes. Okay. So, we're going to go ahead and start. The Academy Nights sounded cool, but the truth was that much like a high school student council in present-day Japan, they had a bunch of work to do. We had to deal with every little complaint submitted by the student body. Starting with this one, it seemed there were multiple reports of ghost sightings in the girls' dormitory at night. Claire complained about being paired with me to investigate the matter.
She complained.
But I was her maid, so it was a moot point. Today, we were questioning the witness one by one. I didn't remember this event occurring in the game, so I was super curious to find out what was going on. Where did you see it? I asked the girl student we were talking to. My friend said she saw it between the second and third floors, but I saw it in the kitchen. I scribbled down a note. And what did it look like? Well, I didn't realize it was a ghost at first. I thought it looked strange, but it got closer and it splashed water on me. Water? Yeah, it might be a ghost of a girl who drowned in the Academy River. Damn. I do not recall this in the anime.
That escalated quickly.
Claire took a deep breath. What's wrong, Miss Claire? It's nothing. It was clear something was wrong, but I didn't push further. Thank you for the information, I told the witness. Please get rid of it. As the girl left, I turned to Claire. Let's go check out the scene of the sighting next. Don't you mean you'll go check it out? What are you talking about? 2 sets of eyes are better than 1. Yes, that's true. I started off towards the kitchen, and Claire reluctantly came with me. As it probably was obvious by now, Claire didn't care for ghosts. There was an annual summer event called the Undead Hunt in the game. And Claire was always so charming during it, being all genuinely afraid of ghosts. As we went about processing those spooky complaints, she quivered in fear, and I danced for joy.
Oh no, right.
Here we are. Oh dear, it's locked. How unfortunate. I suppose we'll have to come back. I borrowed the key. Oh. I opened the old-fashioned cylinder lock, letting us into the kitchens. Various cooking utensils were neatly tucked away in their respective places. A subtle sweet scent hung in the air. Maybe someone was baking? The 3 main meals of the day were served in the cafeteria, so the dormitory kitchen was mainly used by the maids of noble students, baking for the employees or transfer students making themselves a snack. Miss Claire, please look around the entrance. I'll look in the back. You will not give me orders.
Oh.
Okay then, do you want to look in the back? It's fine. I'll let you do it. We investigated the premise.
She's like, I suppose I'll allow this.
I will allow this. We investigated the premise expertly for some time, and then, peasant, you, Ray!
A peasant, you, Ray.
What is it? Why are you giggling? Oh, sorry, you're just so precious. This is no time to play the fool. Stop that and look over there. I looked where Claire was pointing at. She had found a gel-like substance spilled on the floor. What is it? I got closer trying to take a sample. Don't touch it. What if something happens? What? Are you worried about me? I don't want to get caught up in any more trouble you invite. Okay, fine. Let's leave for the research department. The academy was an academic institution, yes, but it was also a state-of-the-art research facility with a setup similar to modern-day Japanese universities. The research department used to specialize in natural history, but since the discovery of magical stones, it had switched over to analyzing magical phenomena. Some of the researchers also specialized in the study of monsters. It looks like this is the only clue here. Then let's hurry up and go. Yes, you're right. Let's come back tonight, I said. What? Claire looked like she couldn't believe what she was hearing. Once night comes, we might be able to see the apparitions ourselves. But what if we do and a ghost really does show up? Then we'll catch it, won't we? I teased the petrified Claire. Isn't that the army's job?
Oh, the army's
Unless the
job.
bona fide undead, the academy knights are strong enough to take care of a ghost. That may be true, but we did find that gel stuff and... Fear not, I will protect you. Don't treat me like I'm stupid. I am perfectly capable of protecting myself. Okay then, we'll come back tonight. Why do you look like you're enjoying this so much? Once midnight came around, Claire and I returned to the kitchen together. We unlocked the door and crept inside. There's nothing here. It certainly looks that way. See, the ghost sightings were just a mistake. Just in case, let's keep watch tonight. Here? Claire looked at me like I was crazy. It's fine. I told Lene what we were up to, and she prepared a bedding for us. Oh my gosh, Lene. She had left a pair of futons folded in the corner of the kitchen, leaving Claire to panic alone. I began laying on one of them. Okay, sleepy time. You've only laid out one futon. There are 2. Put them both out. Huh? But then I won't be able to sleep on the same futon as you, Miss Claire. That's fine by me. You're so selfish. Me? What have I said wrong? Alas, there was nothing I could do but give in and lay out both futons. Miss Claire, please lie down first, I said. And what are you going to do? I thought I would make a midnight snack. I had permission to use the kitchen after all. I started pulling ingredients from the drawers and cabinets and measuring proportions. So you can cook too. Of course, I'm a peasant. Oh, that's true. But lately I've been trying new recipes. It's actually pretty fun. Well, that makes sense. It's very peasant-like pastime.
Claire
sounded like her normal self again, since nothing spooky was happening. But you're always right by my side. When do you have time to cook? I do it in the middle of the night when no one's looking.
When no one's looking.
When no one's looking. Oh, is that so? Claire stopped short. In the middle of the night? In the kitchen? Yes. Does that mean... You're the kitchen ghost?
You're the kitchen ghost?
Yes, I think it's me. I'm going back to my room. Claire rolled off her futon and started to leave, only to find her path blocked by a blue object. There it is. Look again, Miss Claire. Say hi, Raylaire. Huh?
Oh, Raylaire.
Raylaire was quivering, trying to look cute. I couldn't keep an eye on her when I was cooking, so I let her out of my bag to roam freely. And that gel-like substance? Yes, I think that was likely from Raylaire. You and your pet really are a nuisance, Claire moaned with frustration expression. I am sorry for not telling you. Please accept this as my apology. I held out the dish I made. What is this? It's a kind of baked good. I hope you like it. What are you talking about? That you would think I would like anything less than gourmet, Claire said, but she did take a bite from me. Well, maybe she was just planning to taste it and then spit it out. Huh? It's delicious. What is this? It's like cake, but thick and creamy inside. It's called chocolate... Wait, no. It's called fondant au chocolat. It's a chocolate cake with the warm melted chocolate inside. Oh my god. Want some?
Right.
Chocolate is a novel new ingredient that
novel?
That Brumaire has only recently acquired. How do you know how to cook with it? Who are you? Claire looked at me suspiciously, narrowing her blue eyes. Why, I am nothing but a slave to your love, Miss Claire.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Stop trying to trick me. Come now. This dish isn't very good once it cools down, so please finish eating it up. I'll make some tea. Ugh. Still, this cake is fine. I offer my compliments. Thank you very much.
That's a big deal.
That is a big deal. Wow, this is actually
pretty far into the book, huh?
Once Claire and I were done with our special tea party, we got to talking in the end. We wound up sleeping in the kitchen after all. The overnight date was a great success.
The overnight
I rejoiced
date.
to myself as I watched Claire sleep. Shut up, she mumbled. Even in sleep, her face was angelic.
She mumbled, shut up in your sleep.
She's the best girl, okay? She's just so great. Foundation Day fair? That's right, Commander Lork answered. It was one of the other Academy Knights in office about the size of an elementary school classroom in Japan. It was furnished with desks and chairs, and bookcases on the wall were lined with documents and manuals. Lork sat in the commander's chair, which wasn't adorned in any specific way or positioned higher than the others. However, Rod and the other princes sat raised seats, one of the telltale signs that this was a school for the aristocrats. I, of course, was sitting next to Claire, and of course she too wasn't pleased about it.
Nice.
I remember the Foundation Day Festival from Revolution. The event which to commemorate the founding day of the Royal Academy was like the school festivals held in the schools in Japan. Each class prepared something to show off, and outside guests were welcome to visit. It was so similar to Japanese school festivals, in fact, that they made it clear the game was created by a Japanese production company.
Oh, I wish we had stuff like that.
That would be really cool.
I was, like, reading about the festival, like, the school festivals.
Yeah,
that
we
they have,
I forget what grade it was, but we were studying different stuff, and we did something kind of similar for a school project. It was like for like a day or whatever, but it was fun.
Yeah.
We had like little stands and like little foods and stuff like that. I wish we had more of that too.
Yeah.
We should be quite busy making preparations for the fair, proving class requests for goods, loaning out equipment, and such. Each of you will be assigned certain tasks, so if there is something you don't understand, please ask, Lork said. Commander, the Academy Knights are going to prepare something for the fair too, right? Rod asked all once the duties have been delegated. Yes, normally the Knights set up a cafe. That's boring! Let's do something more unique, Rod said. He really couldn't tolerate boredom.
It's
what
boring.
do you have in mind, Rod? You sounded interested.
Oh,
I think normal is better. Thane clearly did not want to take on too much.
Thane, though.
Who says this? It doesn't say who says this. Whatever.
What was it?
It's gonna be what they're gonna do at the cafe, but it doesn't actually say who. So we're gonna do it in Rod's voice.
Okay.
Cross-dressing cafes become pretty popular in the capital lately. What do you think? We could do that. What is a cross-dressing cafe? Misha balked at the term.
Ooh, Misha!
It's simple. The waitstaff boys dress as girls, and the girls dress as boys. It's switching clothes, but still more interesting than normal, right? Oh, it was Rod! Rod
okay.
smiled, his eyes
There
shining.
you go.
Oh god, I can think like Rod now.
His eyes shining.
What do we think? Master Rod, that means you'll have to dress as a girl, you know. Is that allowed of royalty? Claire wondered. We just have to make sure we don't get caught, Rod said, laughing.
We don't get caught.
Setting aside, girls dressing as boys, I don't know if I wanted to see boys dressed as girls. Then again, maybe it could work. Claire seemed to change her mind as she took a long look at the princes. Personality aside, all three boys were beautiful. They would probably look pretty good in women's clothing. Don't forget that we'd have to be a part of the operation too, right, Lambert? Commander Lork turned somberly to the man next to him, but as he did, his face suddenly grew stern. Lambert, a beautiful young man with hazelnut-colored hair and eyes, had been one handling out the answer sheets during the Academy Knight's written test. As Commander Lork had no doubt just realized, he would look great in women's clothing too. Lambert Arsois, however you say his last name, firstborn son of the Arsois company and Lene's older brother. Lene worked under Claire as a maid, while Lambert had entered the academy as a scholarship student.
Oh.
Yeah, we're just...
When you know.
When you know. He was skilled at magic and had achieved a certain amount of fame for his work researching and developing magic tools. He also is currently served as deputy commander of the Academy Knights. Considering his achievements, he could have made it to commander if his family had been nobility.
Aww.
Oh, I see. So the only laughing stock will be me. Lorik held his hand in his hands. So no objections? Rod ignored Lorik. Fine by me, you agreed.
Yeah.
If that's what everyone wants, then. Thane passively agreed.
No.
I have no objections, Misha said. It's fine with... Claire began. Miss Claire wear men's clothing? This would be precious.
I kind of love Thane's indifference. It's, like, kind of funny.
He's Eeyore, right?
Yeah, he's
Eeyore.
totally Eeyore.
But he doesn't actually want to be bothered. Okay, Eeyore actually does want to be bothered.
Right. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
I said, I changed my mind. One vote against, Claire snapped.
Oh.
I also object. Give it up, Commander. Lorik's modest attempt to rescue his dignity ended with Lambert consoling him. It's decided then. This year's Academy Knights will host a cross-dressing cafe called Cavalier.
Oh, Cavalier.
Cavalier. It's the official name of the Academy Knights. Cavalier means knights. Lambert went on. Oh, well, what kind of voice should we give this guy? He's such a...
This is interesting.
Give him like a...
I think
it's the official name of the Academy Knights. Cavalier means knight. Lambert went on to explain the term with rarely used anymore because it sounded so pretentious. It reminded me back in my school days, my liberal arts teacher had taught us differences between the words. If I remember correctly, I said, doesn't Cavalier have the nuance of maintaining elegance while also showing a lack of concern? That's correct. But I prefer to preserve the air of elegance if possible, even when showing the lack of concern, Lambert chuckled. Moving on. Let's see. So, Miss Claire, you are the Lady of the Cavaliers. That almost sounds like a lady... Oh, is that right? Probably. So, Miss Claire, you're a Lady of the Cavaliers. That almost sounds like a Lady of the Cabaret. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I don't think you're complimenting me.
Oh.
Of course I'm complimenting you. I would come watch you every day. What are you talking about? There was no cabarets in this world. There was probably something similar, though. Miss Claire, let's put your hair up. What do you mean put my hair up? A special hairstyle is that only cabaret performers wear. Whatever. You can do anything as long as it's special. She can be a little simple, my dear lady. After the meeting, we ate dinner and adjourned to Claire's room. Let's see... Wait, who? Oh, this must be Misha. What are you doing, Ray? I want to turn Miss Claire into a cabaret dancer. Huh? Okay, Miss Claire, I'm going to begin. I proceeded to work on arranging Claire's hair into an updo. I would have loved to have seen this.
Right.
Luckily, I had a ton of hairpins at my disposal. So, this is what it looks like? You make a foundation with half of the hair in the back and hold it back in place with pins. Lene seemed interested as well in the hairstyle and enthusiastically asked questions. I wasn't an expert, but I excitedly taught her what I knew. The hardest part was getting the pins in the right. At least Miss Claire's hair is already curled nicely. It's the curling that takes up the most time. Lene took care of that. Much obliged. A few more minutes and we were done. Wow, Miss Claire, it looks wonderful. It does look pretty good. Claire seemed satisfied, checking her reflection from the front and both sides. It's great, Miss Claire. You look exactly like a cabaret performer. I do? Claire looked proud. She'd definitely be mad if I told her what that really meant. Miss Claire, do you want to keep this hairstyle for a bit? Lene asked casually. Claire, who had been delighted up to that point, lowered her voice. No, my normal hairstyle is fine. Can you fix it, Lene?
Fix it.
Is that so, Miss? Lene answered in her usual soft voice, not making it clear whether she had or hadn't noticed a change in Claire's demeanor. Claire's corkscrew curls were an imitation of her deceased mother, who always had worn her hair up that way. One might say she had mommy issues. Oh, man, when you put it like that! Ray! I love that about you, too! What are you going on about? Sorry, my love is overflowing a bit. That's enough. You go back to your room. But there was one more thing I had to say. I can't wait to see you dressed up in men's clothing. Hurry up and go to bed.
I mean, it was pretty enjoyable. We've seen it.
Yeah. Oh, well, let's not forget Jenny's reaction, right? When we were watching it, and she saw Ray first, and she's like, I want Ray to serve me. And then she saw Claire. Never mind, I want Claire to serve me. I'll never forget that. What is it, Lene? The first 3-year Academy nights, Claire, Misha, and myself were in the dormitory kitchen with Lene, coming up with recipes for the cross-dressing cafe. The boys weren't with us, not because they thought women were inferior or anything, but because the princes had never cooked a day in their princely little lives, making them useless for this project.
Making them useless.
I personally thought they should at least stop by and help, though. This flavor, I think I've tasted it before. Really? Well, I think she makes pretty good food for a commoner. Since we wanted something simple, I started by making some sandwiches, which were easy to iterate on. I began with a standard egg salad sandwich, which was what Lene was contemplating. Have I cooked for you before, Lene? No, I don't think so. But the sauce on this sandwich reminds me of something I've had before. Oh, no. Oh, this must be mayonnaise, Claire said smugly. Oh, you know what this is, Miss Claire? Misha asked her. It's a new sauce they announced at the Brulee. It has a nice mellow taste with a moderate acidity. Why would Ray know how to make something like that? Lene peered at me, mystified. I've been careless. I made the egg salad just like I always had in my previous life without giving it a second thought. I think I just happened to make something similar.
That's totally all that it is.
Really?
Nothing to see here.
I desperately tried to convince them. Sharp readers might have suspected by now, but it was I who gave the chocolate mayonnaise recipes to the Brulee. While the plan to make a fortune from the conditioner hadn't enticed me, I still had been transported to a medieval Europe-inspired world that lacked what I considered basic amenities. The salary I got from Claire's maid was by no means meager, but the profits of selling a recipe to a fine dining restaurant where the price of a full-course meal was half a year's salary for a commoner was far more than I could make working any day job. I was trying to save money in preparation for the future. If I was here to stay in the game world, the best case scenario was that Claire would go bankrupt, and the worst case scenario was that she would be executed. Woo! I had to prevent that either way, and so I needed money. Money that Claire couldn't know about. Next, we have sandwiches with a bunch of different fixings. To cover for my mistake, I moved on to the roast beef sandwich. I added thin slices of vegetables and basil sauce on top, as well as a bit of spice. Yeah, I mean, hello. I want some of that.
Right? It sounds yummy. Sure, thank you.
This is delicious. The egg sandwich was nice and simple, but tastes much fancier. You're doing good work for a commoner. Thank you very much. Both Misha and Claire enjoyed it. I had them try ham sandwiches, vegetable sandwiches too, and they seemed to like them all. But Lene appeared to be thinking hard.
Huh.
What is it, Lene? Ray, can I speak to you for a moment?
Uh-oh.
We stepped out of the kitchen together. The new recipes at Gourmet are coming from you, aren't they, Ray?
Oh.
Uh-oh, this was a problem. What? Of course not! I told you, the mayonnaise was just a coincidence! That's not all. Everything you make is extraordinarily similar to the dishes Gourmet serves. Lene wasn't giving up. Unlike me, Claire had brought her gourmet dishes to taste before. You're imagining it. You used something that gave it a little kick, didn't you? That was pepper from the Eastern country, wasn't it? Miss Claire mentioned it before. Well, I heard about it from Miss Claire, too. I was sticking to my story, but Lene didn't give up.
Right.
It was the same for both the egg and vegetable sandwiches. The way you crush the eggs is so precise, but the way you cut the vegetables is not. What's wrong with that? The things you spend time on and the things you rush, though, are the same as the gourmet recipes. I was starting to get nervous. I had given the restaurant advice on its existing recipes, too, but most people wouldn't notice such details. Why was Lene suddenly going all Iron Chef Morimoto on me? Do you know Iron Chef Morimoto?
Iron Chef? No.
Have you ever watched Iron Chef?
No.
In downtown Disney or Disney Springs, he actually has a Japanese restaurant by Iron Chef
Oh,
Morimoto.
we went there.
Yes.
Okay. I was like, why does this sound familiar? Okay. Got you.
How about the way you cook the roast beef? The meat is customarily cooked all the way through, but you made the roast beef rare, right? Phew. At least that wasn't true. That wasn't rare. It's called pink. When it's freshly cooked, it's light pink. But as time passes, the hemoglobin changes the color of meat.
Uh-oh, she's revealing how much she knows.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Ordinary people simply do not have such knowledge. I've been overconfident and fallen into a trap, and she went for me. Lene was shrewd. Why must you hide it? She asked. I think providing recipes for gourmet is amazing. After such an intense interrogation, it was a relief to hear her say that. Maybe I could tell Lene my plans. They wouldn't come to fruition till far in the future anyway. I admit it. I've been giving gourmet recipes. I knew it. But please, keep it a secret. Why? Lene cocked her head to one side, puzzled. I can't tell you more, but it's for Miss Claire. For Miss Claire. Please don't tell anyone.
For Miss
That's
Claire.
fine, but her face made it clear she didn't understand my reason for secrecy. I have secrets just like you do, I said. What are you talking about? I wonder, I mused. My expression was serious, so Lene would know I was warning her. But I think she understood I had no intention of letting her cat out of the bag either. Fine, I'll keep it quiet. Her face softened. Thank you, I said. In return, teach me some recipes. I want to make them for Miss Claire. Okay. Do you have any requests? I want to make sweets. Were sweets really that much of a delicacy? Then come back to the kitchen tonight and I'll teach you a recipe. Thank you. I'll ask for permission to use it. Right. Lene was a maid, not an academy student. She wasn't allowed in the dormitory after curfew unless she was with Miss Claire. Or got permission to enter on her own.
Interesting.
I can't wait. Hey, you two. What are you talking about behind your boss's back? Claire came out of the kitchen either impatient or worried about us. We're having a secret discussion. Right, Ray? That's right. You are not funny. Claire had too much pride to come out and say she didn't want to be left out. Okay, Lene.
Claire,
See you tonight. Yes. Let's see here. Why are you here, Miss Claire? She insisted on coming no matter what I said. Lene had showed up at the promised time, Claire in tow. Are you going to make something? I'll taste it for you, Claire said, dressed in her pajamas and fighting back a yawn. She was obsessed with getting her beauty sleep and would normally be in bed by this hour. Hey, Lene, I thought we were supposed to keep this a secret from Miss Claire. I'm sorry, I couldn't fool her. We had stolen away from Claire and we were whispering. Well, as long as Claire didn't find out who I was working for. Right. Miss Claire, will you be able to stay awake? I am not a child. I can stay up as late as I want. Okay, then. You take this chair, Miss Claire. I took off my jacket and draped it over Claire's lap. Huh? It may be spring, but the nights are chilly. Claire turned her head as if she were uninterested, but she probably was cold because she left the jacket on her lap. Now then, Lene, let's start. Yes. Tonight we're making creme... I cannot. Creme brulee?
Creme brulee.
Creme brulee. Okay. Yeah.
You know creme brulee?
I know it, but I
you
never
just
say it.
didn't see it written much.
Tonight, we're making creme brulee, Lene. You can make pudding, right? I can. There wouldn't be too much to teach her then. First, put milk and cream into a small pot, add vanilla beans, turn on... Oh my gosh!
Let me see. Oh, she's sleepy.
So sweet. It's so cute. She just wants to go to sleep.
She just wants to go to sleep.
Boil. The vanilla beans can be left whole or chopped a bit. So you not only use milk, but fresh cream as well. The fact that she noticed these differences so quickly was a testament to her long years of service as a maid. In a separate bowl, beat the egg yolks and sugar until it forms. Add this to the pot with the cream and mix it well. Then pour it into another bowl, straining it through a colander. Next, put the bowl over ice and mix while cooling the mixer.
This sounds really involved.
Well, you have to, yeah, I mean, they've got, like, older stuff, right?
That's
They've got magic, and they can do all these kinds of things, but when it comes to cooking, it seems to be a little bit more...
Involved.
I mean, recipes can still be involved even this day and age, too,
that's
depending on what it
very
is.
true.
I checked to make sure Lene was keeping up and confirmed she was following my instructions while taking notes. And as a side, paper was a valuable commodity in this world. That was how dedicated Lene was to learning the recipe. Pour into ramekins and then bake in the oven, preheat at 100 degrees Celsius for 70 minutes. Jiggle the brulee, and if the center is trembling, it's done. Let them cool in the refrigerator if possible. The ingredients are slightly different, but it really is just pudding, right? Lene, we haven't reached that important part yet. Watch carefully. The last step shows the colorful top of the creme brulee, but I wouldn't find any convenient culinary blowtorches at this time in history.
Oh, fair,
I could use magic oven. Oh, there was a magical oven. But there was a better method. I just fetched some sugar and liquor. Just before serving, sprinkle sugar on top and add a little liquor. Liquor should be as high proof as possible. I took out a match and lit it and moved it closer to the brulee. It caught fire. It's on fire! Relax, Miss Claire. This is a cooking technique called flam. Flam? Flambe?
Flambe.
Okay,
Yeah.
Woo! I've seen it. That's cool.
Right.
I said in a flurry, for someone with fire magic attributes, she was pretty sensitive to fire.
Aww.
Or maybe it was because as a wielder of fire, she was too aware of its power.
Could be.
It turns out best if you let it cool and repeat the process. Then let it cool again and it's ready. I presented Claire with one of the ramekins. Now, Miss Claire, how about a taste? Lene, you try it too.
This is so cute and wholesome.
I know,
I can't even handle it. It's
Thank
adorable.
You. Claire hesitantly reached out with her spoon. Then the spoon flew back. It's hard. It's been caramelized. Break it open with your spoon and eat with the cream. Claire carefully tapped it open with her spoon, and the caramel surface broke easily. She scooped the creme with her spoon and tentatively put it in her mouth. It's delicious. It's really good, Ray. I'm glad. I took a bite myself. It was pretty good.
Yay!
It's richer and moister than normal pudding. The crunchy part on top is amazing. This crispy top is delectable. Last part, flambe. That was so eye-catching and fun, too.
Yeah.
You can use your fire magic toast on top as well, Miss Claire. I can't imagine myself ever making this. I'll leave the cooking to you, Lene. Lene, did you get everything? Yes, I think so. Thanks, Ray. You're welcome. You can have this, too. She looked puzzled, and I handed her a folded piece of paper. When she looked at what was written on it, her expression went from puzzle to surprise. This is mayonnaise. Shh. Don't let Miss Claire hear you. Are you sure? But please wait until I tell you it's okay to make it. That's all I'm going to say to that.
Okay.
Huh?
All right.
Lene's expression changed to suspicion. I understood objectively. I was acting very strangely. This is insurance. Insurance? You'll understand eventually. I don't really understand, but I will take good care of it. I know, right? If possible, please memorize it and destroy the paper. Okay. Claire finished her brulee. I want another. Make it. Miss Claire, eating so many sweets at this time of night will make you fat, Lene warned. Just one more. I'll start a diet tomorrow. But it's
so
fine. Just make it. That's an order. Ooh. I mean...
That's an order.
You can't say no.
Oh, you can't
say no. She wants more sweets. It's okay, Lene. But if Miss Claire gains too much weight, she won't be able to face her father.
You can ask me for the water if you need it.
Oh, thank you.
I can hand it to you, too.
Just this once is fine. We can do a nighttime exercise in Miss Claire's room after this. I will do nothing of the sort. I love Claire's look of utter irritation. Oh, would you prefer we do it in my room? That's not what I meant. I was pretty sure she knew what I was implying, too. Went through the process of making the creme brulee again. It turned out so delicious that it was hard to believe Lene had never made it before, though she did get a little burned. Oh, she got a little burn during the flambe.
No.
I'll fix it for you. Hold out your hand. It's fine. This is nothing. I have ointment for it. I want to fix it, I said, and forcefully took Lene's hand so I could heal the burn. Thank you. You don't need to thank me. I can't allow a woman to have a burn on her finger. This was my art. I was glad for my water tribute. You two sure are close.
Oh!
Jealous? Yes!
Jealous
I
Claire.
couldn't let such a comment from Claire go. You're jealous, aren't you, Miss Claire? What a predicament. I am not. Don't push your luck, peasant. Oh, my. It was an ordinary happy day. I wish we could always be like this.
Aww.
Let's see here. Now Lene will give us a lecture on service. My name is Lene. Thank you for having me. When I introduced Lene, she smiled and bowed her head. The knights weren't quite sure what to do, but they applauded her, except for one person. Hey, peasant! Where do you go off getting even someone's servant without permission? Claire rushed over. Oh, I requested her, Rod said. Lene asked me to introduce him as someone who was good at serving customers and cooking to prepare for our cross-dressing cafe. Lene was the first to come to mind. After her many years of experience serving someone as difficult as Claire, I figured she'd have plenty to teach us.
Someone as difficult as Claire.
Well then, that's fine. Claire reluctantly sat back down. We're all yours, Lene. Lene smiled and took the measure of her charges. I have one request before I teach you all how to serve and cook. Huh? What is it? You asked, relaxed. Unlike all of you, I'm a commoner, and I understand there are some commoners in the Academy Knights, but they are still among the elite, and I have passed a rigorous selection test. I'm sure many of you aren't pleased to be learning from someone like me. And, then prompt. I know it's bold of me to ask this, but I would like to request that when I am teaching, we disregard all distinctions between royalty, nobility, and commoner.
Ooh.
You cannot serve customers. You cleave to such particularities.
Oh.
I think it's fine. It's fine, right? If Rod agreed to it, none of the other nobles could object.
Right.
Thank you very much. Starting now, until the Foundation Day Fair, please call me Miss Lene. Lene's words sent a shock through the meeting room. Lene, don't get too... Miss Lene, please. Lene interrupted Claire's rebuke with a soft but unwavering tone. What? Claire, please address me correctly. Go ahead. She's so funny. Claire, do it. Ron joined in, thinking of something.
Rod, though.
I know. Miss Lene, louder, please. You. Claire, you gotta say it. He chuckled. Miss Lene. Very good, Miss Claire. Please dress me that way from now on. I remember this for later.
Oh,
it seemed there was a lot Claire was holding back. Well, she probably would say it later, but Lene was surely prepared for that. Now, Miss Lene, what do we need to learn? Asked Misha, who was adaptable and never had such baked-in class biases in the first place. First, you need to prepare yourselves. What do you think the way of the maid is? The way of the maid? Claire cut in, suspicion in her voice. Yes, that's right. What I'm going to teach you is called the way of the maid. Lene maintained her soft smile, but she was giving off a different vibe than usual. It was kind of scary. There was a great deal to this discipline. Under normal circumstances, it would be impossible to master this method in a mere week. Don't worry, none of us are planning to master the what. However, Lene stopped Claire by mid-sentence, raising her voice. It is my desire to share our dedication and service with aristocrats and commoners alike. That is why I am here. I could almost see the walls of flames burning behind her. Uh-oh. Some ominous switch had definitely been flipped. Yes, dedication and service are the fundamentals of the way of the maid. I'm sure these are unfamiliar concepts to you, but they are integral to keeping a world going around. Yeah, that. Okay. She continued with passion in her words. In the end, Lene held our feet to the fire for over an hour.
Ooh.
Now then, I think we should give you an idea of what the way of the maid is. Yes, Miss Lene.
The way of the maid.
Very good, Miss Claire. Let's review. What is the essence of the way of the maid? Dedication and service, Miss Lene. That's right, well done. Thank you very much, Miss Lene. Claire's voice was flat and robotic. The sparkle in her eyes had disappeared. She's like, thank you very much, Miss Lene.
Oh, there you go.
And it wasn't just her. Now, Master Rod, where are basics of the way of the maid begin? With the greeting, Miss Lene. Good, now let's all try together. Welcome home, Master! Everyone called out. Louder, please. Welcome home, Master! Everyone shouted again. That's right. I think you're starting to get it. Your teacher is very happy. Lene smiled, looking deeply satisfied. What had this turned into a brainwashing seminar? I was starting to feel like it was a recruitment drive for the cult.
This is great.
Lene? Miss Lene, please. Miss Lene, are we perhaps taking this in a strange direction? Not at all.
In a strange direction.
I would just like everyone to understand the way of the beauty of the way of the maid. I see. Now you, Ray. Welcome home, Master? Welcome home, Master. There was nothing I could do. The room was currently under Lene's complete and absolute control. Well, everyone would surely go back to normal once we left the room, wouldn't they?
They would, right?
I was thinking the same thing. What are the basic ways of the maid? Devotion and service, and a strong greeting. Welcome home, Master. Everyone called out again. Would nobody come out to our rescue? That was terrifying, Claire declared as she returned to her room. I am so sorry. I got carried away. Lene was smiling, but Claire was keeping her distance. This was the first time she'd ever stuck close to me than to Lene. I don't even have the energy to get angry. I didn't know you had it in you, Lene. It certainly is a rare sight to see. I would be happy to never see it again, Claire said, flopping on her bed. You can't sleep yet, Miss Claire. You need to change. Take a bath and change. I'm tired. You cannot. Please stand up. Stand up. Yes, Miss Lene. Claire shuddered at her own reflexive reaction.
Lene's in charge.
Oh, an unexpected side effect. Or perhaps an after effect? While the Academy Nights would be hosting Crossers and Cafe, the other students were devising their own shows. The work of the overseeing took a majority of our time. Thane, did you get the supply application from year 2, Class B? I thought it was submitted yesterday.
Ooh.
It hasn't come yet. Check again.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Rod, there's an inquiry from Class Year 1, Class A, as to whether the application has been approved or not. I just approved it now. You can take this approval certification to them. Got it. Misha, Year 3, Class C. We were all stuck doing paperwork. Rob was in charge, and under his supervision, our operation ran without a hitch, which forced me to admit he might really have the qualities of a true-born king. It didn't make me like him any better, though. Claire, this ledger is for the warehouse. Oh, wait, Miss, who is... I don't know. Oh, we'll go with Rod. Claire, this ledger for the warehouse, 1, is out of date. Please return to the site and revise the list. Understood. Let's not have you do it alone. Ray, can you go too? Of course. I can do it alone. Don't say that. All right, now get it done. Oh, that was Rod again. Oh, yeah!
There you go.
All Rod had to say before we moved on to the next instruction. Fine, then, Claire sniffed. Just don't get in my way. The old ledger from the Lambert picked up a notepad and pen and went with Claire to the warehouse. It was a massive building located outside of the academy. It was packed full of wide variety of supplies, everything from spare desks to things I couldn't even identify. We collected a key from the staff room and went to the front of the warehouse. By the way, did you hear, Miss Claire? Hear what? Claire asked while opening the padlock. They say that this warehouse, there are sightings. You're teasing me again.
Sightings?
There's no such thing as ghosts. No, it's true. The ghost of the schoolgirl who got locked in the warehouse during a horrible cold snap and froze to death inside...
Oh, no.
I don't want to hear it. Just get in. Claire interrupted me by dashing into the building. An A-plus response. My instructions were to catalog everything within, but the warehouse was so packed that, despite Claire's protest, it would have been impossible for one person to tackle it alone. Even with the two of us still working together, we were going to be stuck here a while. Still, we have to get it done, Claire said. I'll start from this end, and you start from over there. Are you sure you're okay alone? What about the ghost? Hurry up! Yes, ma'am!
The ghost.
Teasing Claire would have to wait. I got work to do. We updated our items on the list one by one, starting from the entrance and back respectively, and worked to meet in the middle. There are far fewer desks than previously listed, and it seems there are extra black curtains. We traded idle conversation as we updated the ledger. It felt like it took us 3 years to finish, by which point the fading sunlight shone through the high west-facing window. Let's go back. Yes, let's. We returned to the entrance, but for some reason, the door was closed.
Oh, dun dun dun.
That's weird. I'm pretty sure we left the door up. Oh, I swallowed aghast. This was it. I remember this event from the game. It won't open. Claire had no way to know that was upset. One of the patrolling teachers had found the door open, assumed it had been left open carelessly, and shut it. In other words, we were locked in. In the game, the player character got trapped in the warehouse with her target prince. But I was locked in with Claire. It was perfect.
I'm sure she prefers that.
I like this, because we didn't see this either.
Okay.
Hey, somebody! Is anyone there? Claire cried out as she pounded on the door. I shrugged. No one comes out here unless they have a reason to. Why aren't you freaking out? We'll be stuck here all night! Well, if we're not back by curfew, someone will come looking for us. That may be so. Claire was fidgeting. Huh? What's wrong, Miss Claire? It's nothing. Are you sure? You look restless. You're imagining it. Someone, is anybody there?
Is she afraid of the ghosts?
She's definitely scared of ghosts.
Okay.
There was an underlocking spell, but it required the wind attribute, which neither of us possessed.
Oh no!
We could just bust through the wall, but as a member of the Knights, we were both reluctant to destroy school property. Miss Claire, just wait. I will not.
I will not.
Why? Well. Claire blushed and said nothing. That was when it hit me. I thought maybe she had to go to the bathroom too. Maybe. Oh, wait. Do you have to go to the bathroom? I was thinking when she's fidgeting. I'm like, wait a second.
I did not think about that. I thought she was just scared.
I thought both.
Okay.
But yeah. Yes, I do. Do you have a problem with that? All right. Now this was a problem. You can use that shaded area over there. I can't do that. Yeah, you're right.
It's like I couldn't possibly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. If even I would hesitate to do it where there was no hope for aristocratic Claire. Is it urgent? Very. Oh, dear. Okay, how about this? She watched intently as I went to the corner of the warehouse. I touched both of my hands to the ground, activating my earth magic. In just a moment's time, I built a cube as tall as a grown man. What in the world is that? A toilet. It's simple, but I made it using my earth magic attribute. Would you like to look inside? I opened the door. Well done, peasant.
Well done, peasant.
Well, then I'll just... And with Claire rushing to the bathroom, she closed the door and I heard the lock fall into place. And then silence. Hey, I need sound. Wait, I need sound. What?
Maybe because she doesn't want it to be
heard. Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Do you
Hey, I need sound.
Using the bathroom?
I can't help you with that. I understood she was embarrassed by the sound of doing her own business.
Yeah.
But this world didn't have the convenient white noise machines Japanese bathrooms came equipped with.
Oh, they have white noise machines in Japanese bathrooms?
Can't you just run the water while you go? Yes, I suppose I can. Oh, that was right. Thanks to my water attribute, the magic toilet plumbing was more than up to task. I heard the sound of running water followed by a sigh of relief and a cry of surprise. Ah? What is it? What's with this toilet? Ah, warm water! Oh, that's a bidet. In the spirit of maidly dedication and service, I'd use my water attribute magic to add some bells and whistles. You can't afford to waste paper in a situation like this, right? So wash thoroughly and come out when you're dry. I could see how a bidet would give you a fright if you weren't used to it. Wait a second. Could I use this to make money? Bidets would be hard to mass produce, since both earth and water magic were needed to create them. But maybe they could be a luxury product among the aristocrats?
Oh, wow.
While I was counting my unhatched eggs, Claire finally emerged. Such a weird feature. But it's hygienic. That may be true, but still. We fell silent for a moment. Hey, don't just clam up, Claire said. I was thinking how cute you are when you're embarrassed. You peasant! Do you know who you're talking? I'm speaking to the lady of the Francois rescued by the peasant when she was about to wet her pants, right?
She just had to go there.
She is actually a little bit more, what's the word for her in this? To the
like loose tongue?
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
I could almost see a steam rising in Claire's ears. She narrowed her eyes, summoning a magical spell of fire. Fine then, let's just incinerate this black spot on my history. Miss Claire, I apologize. Please put that away. We're in a warehouse. Just look at all the things that could catch fire. Fine. It'll help me discover your weakness. I'll burn everything to the ground. Having to redo the ledger from scratch, it would be agony.
Oh, no.
I'll have supplies delivered. Then the moving company can make the list. Stop, Miss Claire. It was just a little maid joke. Just as Claire was about to literally explode, we heard Lene's voice calling from us from outside. Well, that was what I got for taking my teasing too far. I need to be more careful. Well, maybe just a little more careful.
She's like, let's not take this too far.
Right?
Only a little more careful.
A few days before the Foundation Day Fair found the Academy Knights still swamped with chores, but also busy preparing for our own booth. Okay, everyone, please stop what you're doing and pay attention for a minute. Lene clapped her hands in front of the room. At the sound of her voice, the Academy Knights froze in place. And same results of the Way of the Maid boot camp were long-lasting.
The Way of the Maid boot camp.
What is it, Miss Lene? Even Rod called Lene by her preferred title. After all, as far as the cafe was concerned, she was in charge.
Yeah.
The costumes you will wear are the fair ready. Please try them on. A number of merchants from the Ursa and Company brought boxes of clothes at Lene's instruction. The men will dress as maids, and the women will dress as butlers. I had them tailored slightly larger to be safe, but if they're too big, we can take them in, Lene said as she handed out our costumes. We need a place to change. The guys can change here, and the girls can change in the empty classroom next door, Rod suggested with a laugh. The rooms are presently in a bit of a disaster zone, so likely considering this chivalrous. Following his direction, the guys and girls split off into their respective rooms. However, does one wear a butler costume or clothing? Oh, I'll dress you. I'll ask Lene to do it. It seemed Claire thought I was overeager, and she was right.
She was right.
Lene is dressing the guys in the conference room. I suppose I have no choice then. It works. Rod looked at himself and then at us. It does work, Claire said, and I said. Something's up with Rod, Thane said with a sigh. Rod's always like that, Claire answered, shrugging. I hope this skirt stays up, you chuckled. The butler outfit is more comfortable than I expected, Misha said, looking satisfied.
Yeah, Misha.
The maid costumes were classic with a Victorian touch. A black and white long skirt designed with an eye for particular practicality, and just a few embellishments on the apron. When the guys put on their white brim bonnets, they looked just like English maids, even though this world had no relation to England. The butler costumes were also Victorian design. They were consisted of black jacket, white shirt, gray waistcoat, and red tie. The final effect was also reminiscent of old-fashioned English stewards. My lords, they look wonderful on you. Really? Rod gave a strange laugh in response to Claire, who seemed stunned. He hadn't skimped on the makeup, and his natural...
His naturally what? He had makeup?
He wears makeup in this!
Oh. By the way, next stopping point is ours.
Okay.
Yeah.
He made a striking girl, though he could stand to tone his expression down a bit.
A striking girl.
In contrast, Dane was having the grump to end all grumps. He had beautiful features, too, and in this getup, he looked startling like Misha, which was to say, icy.
Ooh,
Claire was peering at him with a complicated expression. Hey, Misha, do I look strange? You said, but he was clearly having fun. I think you look lovely. The pleasing princes were pleasing, even dressed as girls. When you noticed me staring at him, he winked. He was surprisingly cute, but completely ineffective. As I only had eyes
eyes for Claire. When we first talked about wearing men's clothes, I had trouble imagining it, but it's not bad. Misha almost sounded too pleased by her costume. Her reserved personality had translated all too well into donning the mantle of a full-fledged butler. The nape of her neck peeked through her tied-back hair, which was a hem quite Ray!
What did you say? It was
quite
sexy? Oh.
And then, why do I have to wear men's clothes and servants' clothes at that? Claire looked sullen. And you really are a peasant to the core. Servants' clothes suit you perfectly. Well, I am your servant, Miss Claire.
Oh.
But this was unexpected, Rod said, dissatisfaction in his voice. What is it, Master Rod? Lene asked. When I suggested a cross-dressing cafe, I was imagining gaudier outfits that would look funny and make us laugh. No one's gonna laugh at this. I was about to retort that we didn't need to make people laugh, but somebody else called Rod out before I could. If that's what you want, you don't need to worry. The speaker was Lambert, a pretty boy himself who also looked gorgeous in a maid outfit. I was wondering what he meant when Rod exploded in laughter.
Oh God, your Rod laughed though. I'm here for it.
Master Rod, please don't. The reason was Commander Lorik. The sight was all rugged and warrior dressed as a woman fulfilled all of Rod's expectations. It looked like Lene had tried really hard to do his makeup, but there was only so much she could do. Dang, everyone, we're like not that much left to go.
It's a flying book.
Yeah, it's a flying book.
Yeah, we're definitely more than halfway.
We are most definitely. Look at that much.
Do you want to show it like that?
Yeah, you can.
Like this. There you go.
Yeah, so we have like this much left. That's like about this much. It's not much at all.
Yeah.
We're still in chapter 2. Dang.
Your accent though. We're still in chapter 2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. So, Lene, or should I say Miss Lene?
That's Miss Lene. It's like, oh man, okay. You know, yeah, right? They didn't actually describe her with the whip like they did in the anime, but you could picture. You don't even need to describe. You know she's got that somewhere, okay? Yeah, she got them under her spell, okay? She just does. I don't know what else to say. I do appreciate the fact, though, that we have resistance, because in the anime there wasn't that much resistance, a little bit. But even Claire's like, yeah, I'm not feeling this.
I think she said something like that in the beginning, and Lene was like,
And that was it. But then, yeah, Claire still... But we didn't even see Claire be upset in the anime about wearing a butler outfit, right?
I don't remember.
It's
been a while.
We just saw her, and you were just like, yeah, that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it's really good, though. Like, I'm definitely excited to see where it goes from next. But yeah, Renee is definitely a lot more... Yeah, not easygoing, but you mentioned earlier when she's talking with Claire, she's just kind of like, yeah.
Like, she just runs her mouth more.
She just runs her mouth more, and I'm just like, dang, okay, all right.
Like, loose-lipped.
Yeah, I also like seeing stuff that we didn't see in the anime, which was like, you know, them getting locked into that, with all the stuff when they were filling out the ledger. That was pretty cool. The storehouse or warehouse or whatever. That was pretty cool, too.
And Ray made her a bathroom.
Yeah, Ray made her a toilet with a bidet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, too, the fact that we have Ray and she knows about Lene, but we don't really know in the anime. Could tell that she knew about Lene, right? So she like lets us know, hey, I know.
I remember her saying something that we were like, what?
It was kind of odd, but this is like,
what does that mean?
Yeah, but this obviously we're getting more of
it her, seems a little more
it's more direct.
Suspect.
Yeah, it's more suspect. You know, use it when you need to. It's insurance. Insurance? Insurance for what could you possibly talking about?
I remember something like that happening in the anime, but yeah, it's obviously been a while.
Yeah.
I do remember something like her giving her a recipe, though.
Yeah, she did give her a recipe.
Okay.
Yeah, when they were leaving, she gave her recipe. When Lene and her brother were leaving, then she did give her a recipe. So there was that, too, but it does seem that Ray's letting you know, hey, there's something more going on here. You've got your secrets, too. She didn't really act like that in the anime. I was like, when you know, you're just like, oh, yeah, that whole situation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's so good, though. It's so good, though. So good.
It's fun seeing more of Misha and you.
Yeah.
We get a little. I think that there's a little bit more of them and a little more attention on them.
Yeah.
Than I recall from the anime.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was only so much they could do within the 12 episodes that we were given.
Right.
If they'd made it 26 episodes. But you know, we got 12 at least.
I'm still hoping for season 2.
Me too.
We don't know that there won't be one.
We don't know.
We don't know that there will. We don't know that there won't. Yeah, it could happen, okay?
It could happen. Anything is possible, okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything else left in impression?
The Relaire scene played a little bit differently because if we go back to the anime, it was an episode, so it played out longer. We found out very early on that when they were investigating at nighttime that it was Relaire, and then Claire found out that Ray was already the ghost. So I thought, that's quick. That was quite quick. So yeah, I like it. I like how the story is, and also too, Ray mentioned as well that either Claire becomes broke or she gets executed, right? So that was also like, whoa. They letting you know like early on.
Yeah, they made us wait.
Yeah.
It was very dramatic in the anime.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Very dramatic. We're like, what?
What is this? Oh, there's more.
Right?
Oh, there's more? No.
Right? People are like, you don't understand why Ray's doing what she's doing. Oh, we totally get it. We get it. We didn't get it.
Nope.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, that was really fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. Like, your Rod laugh definitely left it.
He's wearing the Maid outfit. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It definitely left an impression.
Woo!
Yeah. Other than that, it was really fun.
Yeah,
We get them in the butler outfits. We get the maid outfits. We get Lene.
Yeah. Miss Lene. Okay.
Who
It has lasting effects because they're still like, she's coming. She's coming. Hide.
Oh no. This time it's for this reason. Soon to be for another reason.
Oh, come off it, babe! Oh, too soon.
Okay.
We're trying to enjoy what we have right now. I don't even know if we'll get to that because that could be in volume 2. We don't have that, okay?
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Right now we're just having fun at the Maid. It's gonna be unfortunate when we get to meet
fun.
that noble dude or whatever he was from the other country and. Yeah, that's gonna be so fun.
The one that was giving Ray.
I want this particular dish.
hassling Ray. Mm-hmm.
You don't have that particular dish.
You get to think. Yeah, I was gonna say you get to think of a voice for him, but you already have one, so you're ready for it. All right. Well, that was a super fun section of the book. Yeah, like cute, fun, lighthearted, wholesome. We got the cute little Ray teaching
Creme brulee.
how to make creme brulee moments. Yeah, that was really fun. And I'll be interested to see if we end up meeting that foreign gentleman.
Yep.
Isn't that so gentlemanly?
No, he's not.
Yeah.
I want my dodo. No, we don't have it, okay?
Yeah.
There is no dodo here.
There's no dodo.
If that's in your country, go have it there.
Oh.
Bring your own dodo.
Bring your own dodo. BYOD.
Yes, I was thinking yes.
BYODD. All right.
BYDD.
Yeah.
Hashtag BYDD.
All right, y'all. Thanks so much for hanging out with us and listening to KB read to us for story time.
Story time.
Yes. We will have our playlist with all the other I'm in love with the Villainess videos pop up on the screen so you can make sure that you've checked them all out. That said, we look forward to connecting with you again soon, and we will be sending so much love. Till next time.
Laters.